Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Steve here from Newegg TV, and
I'm Jenny.
Excellent. From
Newegg TV.
Are you really?
Also.
That's fantastic.
I'm from here.
Who would have thunk it?
I materialized in this room sometime last June. They haven't been able to get rid of me.
That's good. I like that. We like having you around. So welcome everybody to our ALT+TAB show. Today is February 28th, 2014, and of course it is Friday, so thank God it's Friday. I'm very excited.
I am so glad it's Friday. I feel like last Friday we were on an airplane going to Portland, and
you were sleeping right next to me, sound out cold, you guys. Out cold. I'm like, Jenny, ALT+TAB show, and she's like,
I feel like that's the last time I've slept in 5 days. This week has felt like a year.
Yeah, it's been nuts.
I am looking forward to lounging around in my pajamas and catching up on House of Cards over the next 2 days.
Ooh, House of Cards, yes, very big fan of that show, actually. But I don't know, we've got a couple icebreaker things to talk to you guys about briefly. Wide shot. What, Paul?
What? Wide shot.
See both of you.
They want to see both of us.
We see.
What?
What? Oh, yes. I forgot that I was testing something earlier. I had the completely other scene set up, you guys. I'm so sorry about that. But I kind of want to start off something random. I just went to Daiso with the team, and everybody else went to go get some
For those of you not living in the city of industry or around it, Daiso is a Japanese like 99-cent store.
Right. Would cost more 99 cents everything inside, but it is higher quality though,
like
I think.
$1.50 to $5 usually, but it is really good quality stuff usually.
It's good stuff.
And Japanese products.
So in this particular case, I picked up some gummy candies. I'm going to slaughter the name. I think it's Muscat gummy candy. Anybody in the chat? I mean, stream, correct me. Muscat?
M-U-S-C-A-T is how it's spelled.
It could be. Basically, though, the paragraph on the front really sold me on buying this. It says, "Its translucent color so alluring and taste." Oh, no, I gotta wait because Paul accidentally started up the stream and didn't mute himself. Mike's coming over to help. And it's fixed. Okay. It's fine, Paul. It's fine.
Max volume too.
Max volume. Oh, it's gonna kill us.
Okay.
Anyway, so Muscat gummy candy, and the paragraph on the front says, "Its translucent color so alluring, and taste and aroma so gentle and mellow, offer admiring feelings of a graceful lady. Enjoy soft and juicy Kutsugai Muscat gummy candy." And I was like, dude, I'll take two.
Much translucent, so feelings, wow.
Yes, so gentle and mellow, offer admiring feelings of a graceful lady. That was like the best part.
So graceful, much gentle.
I don't know if you want one or not.
Okay.
But
you want me to eat this?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a little green heart. Hold it up for the camera. Gummy heart. Smells
like sour apple.
Like kind of like sour apple or kiwi or something. Oh my God, we eat the whole bag.
Yes.
That's delicious.
So good of a graceful lady.
Oh, it's like grape. It's like grape candy.
Here, you can have one.
Rachel wants to try one.
Rachel wants to try one. Okay, enough with the candy, enough with other distracting things. I got ahead of myself actually by showing you guys our first story, which was found on TechCrunch.com, and essentially this is talking to us about Microsoft is possibly going to do a free version of Windows 8.1. It's going to bind together Bing into that operating system. It's going to be a lightweight version of the full operating system and focusing on bundled Microsoft apps and services in order to drive monetization through the use of those rather than through upfront software costs. This version of software will be positioned as a free upgrade option for users that are still on Windows 7. My perspective is I don't really see any Windows 7 users wanting to jump right on 8 just to get a free version. Not to mention there's probably other ways to get free versions of it. I'm maybe thinking XP or other users like that, but what your take on it?
My take on it is there's no such thing as a free anything.
Right. Yeah.
So I would be very cautious of, and you know, I'm not trying to speak ill of Microsoft or anything like that, but I would be very cautious of a free version until they had some really solid antivirus support for it. Because I feel like something like that being a lightweight thing, they're already bundling it with Bing. I personally feel that Bing is loaded with just...
You think the site is not that great for finding stuff? You think you get led more to malware? Is that what you're saying for your results?
I think more malware and also more marketing-driven results. It's not really like if I'm looking for information, you know, it's more ad-driven, and I feel like it uses a lot of cookies.
Pay to display.
Pay to display and a lot of tracking things to keep, you know, an eye on whatever I'm clicking on or whatever my mouse is hovering over, and I just feel like you're kind of just inviting that whole world into your computer when you're signing up for something like a free operating system from Microsoft and Bing.
Right. Well, like the Chromebooks that are out there, right? Chrome OS-based laptops and whatnot. I mean, they're all internet-based. I mean, essentially all your software is coming from Google.
Right.
It's really lightweight. I think maybe that's where this could be going. Maybe they're going for some kind of free internet-based one that's going to have Bing and all of Microsoft's other free versions of their software kind of like bundled into it.
Yeah.
I've never really had the issues that you're talking about before with malware on Bing per se, but I can imagine that there's probably some other things that'll come about just based on this story alone.
I don't know, you know, I kind of like the idea of free operating systems. Actually, I love the idea of free operating systems.
Who doesn't?
I think that, especially with Microsoft, feel like if you have some of their other software suites, like I have the full professional Microsoft Office, I feel like if I buy that and license that software, I should get their operating system for free.
So you feel like, Microsoft doesn't feel like that though.
Yeah, I know they don't.
Microsoft wants your money.
Yeah, they want my money.
Like most businesses.
And
but
they take my money.
I do want to kind of go from that into, what is this story? Can a computer
fall in love without a body? Okay, so for those of you who saw the movie Her, I didn't see it.
Is that Tom Selleck?
No, that's Joaquin Phoenix. Looking like, surprisingly like Tom Selleck. Anyway, so the movie Her was about a guy who falls in love with a Siri-type AI, and she apparently falls in love with him back. But
oh, good. At least it's mutual.
Right, it's mutual for a while until she falls in love with everybody who is using her, you know, AI system.
Oh man, that's got to really just rub you raw. Did he make her? Did he make the actual operating system?
I don't know. I think that he was just part of like a test subject or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't see the movie. I just got an in-depth, you know, spoiler-laden description from Rachel because I didn't really want to see it. I just kind of felt like, all right, you know, this is taking it a little bit too far, and I think the movie does, in some instances, really make people uncomfortable. But be that as it may, the scientists and neurologists who have actually studied this say that love is a lot more than just what you hear and say. Feelings are actually a chemical response biologically. So until an AI is capable of having those kind of biological responses or simulating those biological responses,
I was going to say simulating would probably be fair.
a computer cannot fall in love with somebody without, what they're saying, without a body, but I would simplify it even further to saying a complex system of algorithms that can synthesize chemicals and read those different proteins and chemicals in the similar way that our minds and our bodies do.
Imagine 2001 if Hal instead fell in love and was murdering people because he was jealous. That would be a worse situation. I'm kind of.
Oh, you mean in 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yeah, Space Odyssey. Thank you very much. Yeah, not the date.
I thought you were talking about the year 2001.
The movie. Yeah, or like Sphere, right? Sphere. They're underwater, and the guy's like, oh well, you know he's happy. That's bad actually, because if he's happy, he has emotion. If he has emotion, what happens when he's angry? You know, so.
And that's again another thing is that if we allow AI and we develop a system so that AI can process some kind of synthesized chemicals that mimic true feelings, then we have to take the good with the bad, because love isn't a one-way thing for most people. That love and that sense of attachment also accompany fear and jealousy. And so, I mean, something that was stronger than us, you know, giving it that kind of freedom to express, I mean, what would govern its, you know, what would govern it to not act on those things?
Right.
Because even human beings, it's a struggle, like a day-to-day struggle for some people to not just act on knee-jerk chemical reactions happening in our body. We have to be aware and present with our actions and what we're thinking, and make our decisions based not on our initial like fear, flight, or fight responses, but on, you know, what we know is to be right, and to
use our rational mind versus our emotional mind, right? I mean,
go.
I see Kyle and Paul constantly just battling each other emotionally, and it's so tough to watch it at work. I mean, a little gift between friends, and Paul just flies off the freaking handle. I don't understand.
What's going on?
Nothing. You'll catch it in 4 seconds.
Okay, let me hear what you were saying.
I would like to ask the stream if you guys would just tweet us. I am at Steve_OMG, and I should have had those set up properly. Of course, they're not showing up right now.
Please excuse my snacking.
Let me go back to this real quick so you guys can see them. So as you can see, I'm Steve_OMG. Jenny is Gearhead Girl 27.
Down over there.
Over there. And if you guys want to tweet us, we actually want to know, do you believe that at some point or another that some wacky Japanese scientist is going to come up with an actual AI that can fall in love? Do you guys believe something like that's going to happen in the future? Do you think emotion will be programmed into computers? I'm actually curious if you want to know.
Or do you think that, you know, we'll get good enough at synthesizing body chemicals that they can then, you know, write an algorithm for sensors to detect that mix and sort it out? Because right now what the scientists are saying is that basically our bodies are chemical chaos, and it is impossible to write algorithms to sort it out. So that, I don't think it's impossible, I just don't think we're there yet.
Right, right. Okay, yes. What she said.
Let us know what you think, please.
All right, so we'll move right along to
we're just talking to ourselves.
Move right along to our third story now. Now, Jennifer, what's this all about? The molecule that tells you...
I thought Kyle would like this.
When you've used too much sriracha?
Because he likes to eat spicy food like you wouldn't believe.
He does.
My God. Anyway, so there's actually a molecule that will tell you when you've used too much sriracha or when you eat anything spicy, and basically what happens... Let me pull it up over here. Okay, so it's called TRPV1. It's a protein that was actually discovered about 15 years ago, and actually in last December, scientists have reported creating a high-resolution image of it. So if you scroll down in the story, you can actually see what this looks like. And basically what happens is the TRPV1 molecule, which is found in the nerve fibers that suffuse the skin and tongue, it forms a channel that acts like a gated passageway between the inside and the outside of a neuron. So when you bite into a chili pepper, the capsaicin, which is like the oils and stuff in the chili pepper, binds to that channel and opens the gate. And charged particles rush into the cell, triggering electrical activity that sends messages of pain to the brain. And the same thing happens when you sip a cup of scalding hot tea. So that's why when you eat something spicy and then drink something hot afterwards, it's like getting punched in the face twice.
Yeah, I hate that.
Except the second time harder.
Why does it feel like that when I drink soda, though? Like right after I eat something really spicy, you drink a nice cold soda, you think it's going to help, and it does not help at all.
Well, like soda's loaded with phosphates.
Okay.
So you're creating another chemical reason between the capsaicin and this protein and your soda in your mouth, and it's not a happy party. It's like a prison fight.
It's a prison fight in my mouth. That's a totally different visual image now.
It says TRPV1 doesn't simply sense chemicals or temperature. It acts like a tiny computer collecting information about the environment to help protect us from further injury. So basically, when you get the spicy in your mouth, the spicy pain in your mouth, your body is telling you this is going to hurt you somewhere along the line here. Maybe not in your mouth, maybe not in your throat, but somewhere in the
insides
experience of this food, you will be damaging your cells. So
painful.
So that's something that I thought was interesting, and I really like the structure. If you scroll back, up to the picture of this, if you
looks like a little person.
If you click on that video,
it's a video.
Yeah, they'll show you the different layers of the molecule.
Let's take a look at the layers, shall we?
All of the layers. It's like Batman. It's got layers.
I just like that it looks like maybe there's two eyes here and there was a mouth before. It looked like something.
Oh, there it goes.
Strange.
Yes.
The purple, it said something about spider venom. What was that?
Maybe spider venom?
Maybe I misread that.
I don't know.
I probably misread that.
I think you probably misread that.
I was listening to you, trying to read at the same time. Yeah.
So basically, this is the interior and the exterior of the proteins.
Oh, we're going over the top. Everybody hold on. Are we going to go through it? Oh, we're not going to go through it. Okay.
That's really cool.
So I like the green, blue, orange, and yellow spaghetti here. Noodles. That's nice. What do the noodles represent?
I think those are the different parts of the protein. I want to call them aminos, but I'm not really.
How's your OChem?
My what?
Organic chemistry. I was just joking around.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Mostly self-taught.
Good.
Much patience in school for that stuff.
Let me let's refer back to some Twitters because I'm seeing some things hit back, and I'm seeing things about computers.
No one is tweeting at me any questions, so I'm gonna keep talking then.
I did get one from Addison. Addison does hit us up. Let me just put Addison's tweet from the interwebs onto the shield. I almost said, what the heck am I doing with the shield?
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, it's a family show. I did omit that other story that we can't show, but yes. Okay, so Addison asks, I think people will believe that it is not natural and that can cause false feelings. He doesn't think it's going to happen.
Okay.
So okay, so basically not going to happen. Computers That is the 100%
people loving computers and computers loving us back.
Yeah. 100% of the people that answered us said that.
Oh, so. I forgot to mention in that article, though, that it does say that having computers that, because AI is advanced enough right now to mimic feelings and imitate things, like Siri will say, I just don't feel that that's a possibility right now. You know,
she's just smoke screening us because the internet just fouled up. That's what it is. But anyways, keep going.
Yeah, pretty much. But she's capable of doing that, and she does that to, you know, calm you down or whatever. And so they believe that this could actually lead to the types of AI and possibly robots that are very good caretakers in medical situations and things like that. So,
cool.
You know, it does have a very positive possibility for AI, but as far as an AI actually feeling legitimate, the attachment and the chemical things that are derivatives of love is probably not possible.
That's Tom Selleck, I'm sorry.
It's not, it's Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay, so
we're very Tom Selleck-like.
We're moving right along to our next story. This is about Nintendo killing off online play for your DS and your Wii users out there. I feel like a lot of people just homebrew their Wii, and obviously the servers are still running through them. I believe that there's probably an easy way for them to set it up so you could still do online matchmaking for games and stuff just using homebrew and resetting it up.
Does it say what their reason is for doing this?
They don't actually say what the reason is specifically.
I kind of feel like because DS and Wii are targeted towards, or they're still the only consoles still targeted towards children. Like specifically, especially the Wii U. That is that is meant to be a child's thing, and the DS for sure. And so many of us love and enjoy playing them as adults. I love the games on Nintendo Wii and Wii U, and I'm getting into DS games, and that's just because that type of gaming is more relaxing to me than games targeted at adults. But I feel like if kids are, if these things are in the hands of kids and kids are being left unsupervised with them, you know, they're just two little searches away from watching things on YouTube or whatever they probably shouldn't, you know, like Newegg TV.
My niece is like 8 and 9, so that's cute. I like what you did there. 7 and 9, I think, are their ages, and they are like ridiculously good at Mario Kart Wii. They are and they're not like, I don't know, I guess like normally you have like a controller and you hold it like this and you do whatever, even with the nunchuck or whatever, you just hold it a certain way, you have a certain way of playing. They're like this, like completely not natural, like ergonomically sitting at all, but they're just like ripping it up on that game. I couldn't believe it. I did want to mention though that the actual quote is, Nintendo is terminating certain online functionality for the Wii, DS, and DSi, including online play, matchmaking, and leaderboards for many of its games. Bottom line is, there's a quote here at the bottom that the writer says, it may be that Nintendo is hoping to spur its user base into upgrading to the newer console rather than sticking with the older Wii. So that's just something that could be happening. I don't know. I'm not. I have a Wii. I had a Wii a long time ago, and I kept it for a while. But I mean, I don't want to get rid of it. And I think I would probably just homebrew it if they ever just completely shut it off.
Yeah, I think also, you know, it could be that they're trying to keep the, you know, brick and mortar
going.
And also, you know, like actually purchasing a disc, purchasing a game, going out and buying that physical thing, or, you know, online from wherever you know, purchase these things, and keeping that industry rolling. Because if you have a purely online-based games, you know, access thing like Steam is, you know, you don't ever have to go buy that disc. And I think I like Steam for that reason. I love it. I like how easy it is. I love it's super convenient, and also it cuts down on a lot of waste. We don't have all those
CDs
plastic
and cases
containers
and all the wrapping for it and everything else. Totally agree with you.
Ridiculous. So I'm a little disappointed if that's one of the reasons they're doing it. I'm a little disappointed because to me, you know, it's a lot greener gaming to not have to purchase things that are eventually just going to end up in a landfill anyway.
So I'm curious, does anybody in chat care that Nintendo's cutting off DS and Wii? I'll let Chezz kind of accumulate some questions for us on that. Yeah, does anybody? No, unanimous no? Is that it, Chezz?
I don't think they've even heard you.
I don't even heard me yet, yeah. You don't care then. That's fair enough. Yeah, hit me up in the thing here. Let me know when you have some questions about that or statements or whatever. We're gonna move right along to the next story, which is the second act of Flappy Bird. Jenny, what's going on?
Okay, so Flappy Bird has like a grip on our pop culture souls right now, and I think that the maker of Flappy Bird is brilliant for shutting it off right at its freaking climax.
Peak. Yeah.
Just like, all right, everybody, you're done.
I want a $200 phone on the internet that I can play it with. Ah!
Yeah, more than that $1,000 phone.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was $1,000. Yeah.
Jeez, people, it's a game. Go find another game. There's lots of them out there. But anyway, so now we've got a few things that people are doing with their Flappy Bird, like. Someone has ported it, I think, I don't remember where it said it was, but they ported it onto a Commodore 64 system, which I really feel that Flappy Bird lends itself well to.
Yeah.
You scroll down, Flappy Bird
Commodore 64, yep.
Because it really doesn't have like better resolution than that. And I love this one. This is a live Flappy Bird in a box hack. So push play on that. That is just hysterical. Like this guy developed this relay, electronic relay and a box, and then the Flappy Bird's going up and down on a straw, and if you accidentally touch one of the posts, it snaps the box shut.
Oh, that's great.
Like, really, folks? Really? All right.
Game over. It should say game over on the top of the box.
Then they have like this Chinese robot that has been programmed to play Flappy Bird.
Oh my god, a failbot. Is it good at it?
I don't know.
360p, that's it, maximum.
I think so, but it's just it's kind of like the article calls it America's favorite time-killing game. So it's like Angry Birds, Candy Crush. You're basically on a conveyor belt going nowhere all the time.
Yep.
Gaining points. So
oh, look at that!
Funny.
It's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Oh, whoa! Oh, okay, it's fast forwarding.
Oh yeah, this is time lapse. Thank goodness.
It was like that movie Daryl. When he starts playing pole position, it just starts going crazy fast.
But
all right.
I mean, it was lovely in its simplicity. Move on. That's the way I feel about it.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
It's beautiful in its simplicity, but come on.
Chezz, what do we got from the
overwhelming no.
Overwhelming no. The people have spoken. So for those of you who are watching this later and we're not in the chat room, you now know. No one cares about Wii.
What?
Oh.
I already forgot.
Nintendo Wii and DS online not being used anymore. That's probably why they did it. Like no one's playing anymore. Why should we care?
It's pretty funny.
We're going to move on to this other popular mechanics article we have here. This is the Samsung officially announcing Galaxy S5 Fitness Smartband. Jenny, are you trying to tell me I'm fat?
Well, I wanted to talk about the Galaxy S5.
So F5.
S5. I got a bit of a stutter.
A stubber?
A stutter.
You got a stutter on the word stutter.
I know.
That's pretty cute. Turn that into
I can't say S and 5, like S sounds and F sounds right after each other. Really hard for me to say, but
Ooh, somebody should tweet us something for her to say. Somebody tweet us something for her to say that has an S and an F sound.
An S followed by an F.
Yes.
Anyway, so this article talks about the Galaxy S5 and separately the fitness band. Okay. So first up, I want to talk about the S5 because I have an S3 and I believe that the best of everything come in the odd numbers because I have OCD.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm really excited about this phone, but I still have kind of like the okay guys, but it's not going to cure cancer kind of feeling about it. Like they're over-promising, maybe under-delivering, and until we have it out. But anyway, so have you heard about it? It has a 16 megapixel camera.
On the wristband that I'm supposed to use at the gym?
No, not a wrist. Let go of the wristband for a minute. We're talking about the phone.
Sorry. The S5. Back on the phone.
Back on the phone. Go. Okay. So the S5, 16 megapixel camera.
Cool.
The fastest autofocus available on a smartphone camera, 0.03 second autofocus.
That's actually really impressive because I read somewhere else that I think it was Ken Rockwell. He was saying that there isn't another camera on the earth that's not as fast as cell phones. So if that's the fastest cell phone, there's nothing faster for autofocusing.
Right. Also, 4K video recording at 30 frames per second.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome.
And so I'm kind of thinking, just from like a camera standpoint, I think about like what the sensor size is that fits in a cell phone.
I don't think sensors have to be too big to be able to get that kind of resolution. but I don't know a ton about sensors either.
I think they need to be bigger than the end of my pinky. And that's
that was weird. You had your thumb and your index with your pinky in the middle.
Yeah. Well, no, it
my
wasn't my
God,
index.
if you guys would have seen that from my position,
It wasn't
that
my
would weird.
index finger. Well, maybe.
What is that? That's like a gang sign for rabbits. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm staying focused now. Yes. Okay, so phone, crazy for anything on the go in your pocket.
I have never ever been disappointed in my Galaxy S3. I have just, it's always performed flawlessly to me. And I like its size. I like this. This one, however, is getting the upgraded screen resolution. So it's going to have the AMOLED 5.1-inch display.
Cool.
And
Very nice.
so I don't know, I think it's kind of crazy and I'm really excited about it. And then they're coming out with all of these fitness things to coordinate.
Oh, I wanted to say one thing.
What?
How long is the battery life?
The battery life, they're saying 10 hours.
Wow. On standby?
No.
Heavy
internet. Heavy internet usage.
I want to know how long it can record for.
Yeah.
That 4K video,
Well,
2.5 minutes.
Since no one has, got one yet.
Battery's only 2800 mAh.
Yeah.
They've done a lot. Is it?
Oh, and also
what's the SoC on that?
the internals seem to be protected from water up to 3 feet in depth.
IP67 rating.
That's nice.
Cool.
All right,
Very cool.
so there's the smartwatches are going around also, and a new line of smartwatches, the Gear Fit, is going to be released with this phone as well.
Right.
And I'm still not on board with the smartwatch thing, mostly because they're huge, and I have like, 6-year-old wrists, and when I tried to put the Galaxy Gear Watch on, it was like I couldn't bend my hand anymore.
Oh, because it was just massive.
Yeah, just
well, that's the thing right now, right? You just get like a Marc Jacobs massive watch, and it's just you rock that.
They don't look like Marc Jacobs.
Yeah, they don't. They look like candy bars. Let me go back up
They
again.
look like candy bars.
Look at that. Who's gonna wear that? That's like you have the.
Not to mention the bands can't be made of anything natural because they will be conductive and won't be able. It will interrupt signal to have anything but like a rubber or silicone band on there, which makes it even more flashy, fashionable.
I want it to work. I think it'd be really, really cool to have something like that. I don't know about having like a camera on me at all times, just out showing a microphone.
That's the thing, like the camera in the watch, kind of Inspector Gadget, kind of Creeper Alert.
Yeah, I'm at the gym.
Sure.
I'm at the gym, I'm on my Stairmaster, Jenny's behind me, and she just takes that one shot that gets on the internet. And I didn't know someone was going to take a picture of me, or else I would not have worn tights that day. But that's just one example of how it can go wrong.
Exactly. But I think that segues nicely into your next story, which I believe is going to be...
Okay, I don't know if you guys are Potter fans. I'm a Potter fan. I actually didn't read the books, but I did listen to all the audiobooks that were unabridged, so I feel like I read the books. Anyways, point being, you could soon read the entire Harry Potter book, the first one, in under 90 minutes with this app. Essentially, and I'm going to scroll down here, and hopefully the stream will pick this up. What you're looking at is this app that's going to work on the Galaxy S5 as well as the Samsung Gear 2 watch, and words will appear in one at a time in rapid succession, and essentially a speed between 250 words all the way up to 1,000 words per minute. Then put that in perspective, the typical college level reader reads at a pace of between 200 to 400 words per minute. Thank you, Paul, for confirming that it is actually showing up properly on the stream.
I love this.
So yeah, so you start the top one, right? 250, and I'm like, I bet everybody in the stream can read at that speed just looking at it. I mean, you're staring at that center point, and your peripheral will pick up, if you want to call it peripheral, your area of view will pick up the entire word, and you'll be able to read it. As you go down, you go up to 350 words a minute, all the way up to 500. But it goes up to 1,000.
There's just no snatching monster snatching our candy.
Paul did not want that candy wrapper up there. All up to 1,000 though, and they just don't have a visual representation for it yet. But essentially, they say if you keep staring at the 500 word per minute one, the one at the very bottom right here, you will eventually be able to pick up what it's saying, and you'll get used to it. So I assume then you start out reading at 250 words a minute, and then you just start ramping it up from there.
It's really amazing.
Right.
I was just sitting here watching it, like 500 words at first felt like, whoa, okay, that's too much. But then suddenly it's weird. It's a weird shift, and then it clicks, and you're like, wow, I'm reading at 500 words per minute right now.
I feel like I'm being programmed by someone to murder someone.
It's like the Matrix. It's like when she calls with the cell phone to get programmed to like fly the helicopter.
Yes. I need to know how to fly a Huey.
I'm excited about this because I love to read. I just don't have time to read.
This will speed up that process.
Exactly. If I could have the little spritz on my little, Samsung Gear watch, and I could just sit there and hit go. I got 30 minutes right now. I'm gonna read, Ender's Game.
Yeah. Finish it up.
Yeah. Crack that out on my lunch break.
You know what? I didn't read tonight's text for the class, so I'm just going to go ahead and bust this out real quick.
I didn't read any of the stories for the live stream today.
Yeah. Done. I took a speed reading course actually in college, and we had them set up in the little computer, and you hit the space bar every time you read through however many sentences this was, and you just hit the space bar. And I got up to like 300, 400, and I felt really cool about that.
Yeah.
But this is way cooler.
Yeah, my thing with speed reading, is it was like you're speed reading on a page, and this clearly is showing like the reason this works is because of the way the words are lined up.
There's a disembodied hand.
Disembodied hand patting
slowly
me on the head.
touching you on the head.
Disembodied head. Disembodied Paul. Stop the madness.
They made me do it.
Stop the madness.
Thank you, Stream, keeping us all entertained. We appreciate it.
Thank you, people in chat.
So yeah, so they just
For
they
the
just talk about
unpredictable behavior, because Steve and I are just like, what is he doing?
If you tear my arm off.
Oh, no wonder then. They like set you up for failure. That's awesome.
Why would I do that with so many witnesses?
You're right.
Cut the stream. She just gets red-eyed and angry. So last night you guys were doing a little interview, and I tried to tackle Chezz on the stream. Was there anybody on the stream last night that remembers that actually saw that?
Was anybody watching last night on the oars?
I was tackled.
No, you were tackled, and I tried to time it because you were walking just in the frame, and I was trying to tackle you mid. But Patrick and some other bigwigs at our office was kind of in my way, so you don't want to just like get out of the way and let me pour him a stupid joke on the internet. So I was like, excuse me, guys, pardon me. Finally, when I got a chance to do it, I tackle you, and you just like you made a like noise.
I was full of grilled cheese.
And I didn't even realize it, but Mr. Lamb was right next to you, and we fully wiped him out. Like he was trying to like sneak through, and I tackled you. Anyways,
meanwhile, me and Paul are trying to keep it together and conduct like a reasonable discussion about a product.
I did it for you guys.
And we just like stand there with our mics and like glance behind us at just what just happened?
Did someone just get hurt?
Three stooges behind us.
What is going on? Why are you tackling that man? Okay, so we're moving right along then. We've got another story. This is another Popular Mechanics. You just scoured Popular Mechanics today, huh? So I see a Zuckerberg, and
you see a Zuckerberg. Yep.
This story is entitled "What Makes WhatsApp So Valuable."
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in because there's so many apps out there. This is the thing to me, is there's so many apps out there. My phone, this is probably the only thing that annoys me about my phone, but this is true of every smartphone, is it comes preloaded with a whole vomit full of what I call shovelware, because they just shovel it onto you. I haven't touched any of them. In the 2 years I've had this phone, I have not used probably 60 to 80% of the preloaded apps. And so I kind of wonder in these evaluations when these apps get purchased by companies like Android to preload your phone with garbage, what makes the cut? Why are people interested in that? And so when I see Facebook, I mean, the acquisition for this, I think, what did they spend? $14 billion acquiring this? It's down there somewhere. It's some absurd
19 billion.
19 billion, just absurd amount of money.
Actually, I would call it.
Yeah, eye-popping.
Eye-popping. That's ridiculous.
To acquire this app, and so I kind of wonder, like, what does this app do that makes it that valuable? Because I have a whole phone full of apps I couldn't give two what's about.
They have iMessage too. I'm confused, but I don't know. I didn't look into this story.
So I think the thing is we were talking about in other countries.
Right. That's right.
Where cell phone data plans are not what they are here, so you're still paying per text message and paying per minute phone usage. Something like this, which uses SMS, so it sends it over data, which means that you still have it over Wi-Fi, even if your service goes out.
Yeah.
That people are using that as a workaround instead of sending text messaging. And I do remember when our cell phone plans were that way.
I remember that too.
And with the first, like I had the first G1 from Google. It was the HTC G1, but it was called the Google phone. And it was the smartphone.
Okay, right. Yeah, I remember that now.
And I still had to send things. I was still paying per text message on that phone. But then my friend clued me in. Hey, no, download
this app,
Google Talk.
Google Talk's a really good one.
And you can just send me chat or text messages over Google Talk, so that you don't have to pay for text. And so I think that that's what it is, but I just didn't realize what a huge need there still was for something like this.
I like Voxer. I didn't realize the need was that huge either. I like Voxer. I'd had WhatsApp before. I had a friend of mine that was talking to me about it. I game a lot, as you guys know. One of the easiest ways to communicate, obviously, is via email or some kind of data transfer, system like WhatsApp. You're not worried about hitting somebody up on a text message, international fees apply, and yada yada yada. But if you use something like WhatsApp, you basically get text messaging. They still get the hit on their phone.
Right.
And I can imagine if I was in a country where they were going to screw me over for my data usage, I would definitely want to do something like this. So that makes sense. Maybe that's what he's thinking. He's thinking globally. He's not thinking U.S. We're too centric around the U.S. So that's why it's lost on us.
Well,
19 billion though?
Yeah, 19 billion.
I don't know.
It's just
Is there going to be
insane.
Facebook advertisements coming your way, WhatsApp users?
Yeah, enjoy.
All right. I think
enjoy those creepy ads.
Creepy? What's creepy about them?
I don't know. You see the ones that will grab your name off of your Facebook and then plug it into a product over in a banner, and that's creepy.
I just don't like stuff like LinkedIn telling my family and friends that I have a LinkedIn when I do not have a LinkedIn. We have to tell them,
Steve. We have to tell them about our LinkedIn plan.
Oh, what's our LinkedIn plan? I've forgotten it.
Okay, so Steve and I had some hours to kill traveling last weekend, and we came up with a plan for LinkedIn because we both dislike LinkedIn a lot.
Totally forgot the plan. Going with it, though.
Okay, so LinkedIn, as Steve was about to say, does fun things like has your dead relative invite you to their LinkedIn web or network or whatever it is, and it will use haven't you get invites all the time from people, or people say that you've invited them to LinkedIn, you aren't even a LinkedIn user?
Vice versa. They've told me they've invited me, and the reason why, because they've gotten an invite from LinkedIn while they were connected saying, do you want to add Steve to your network? And so they're just, of course.
Okay, so they're making it look like you're a LinkedIn user, but
even if I don't.
Not.
Exactly. So anybody out there who has LinkedIn knows what I'm talking about.
We were thinking about starting a campaign of LinkedIn profiles for pets and also degenerates.
Yes.
So if
words. Speak words, Jenny.
So we were thinking about, maybe creating some profiles where, to see if somebody who genuinely has no usable job skills whatsoever has a profile on LinkedIn to see how many jobs they get offered or how much interest their profile generates. So I was going to do one for my, for a dog or my mom's cat or something, and put in there must have fresh litter in the office at all times.
Now I remember. It wasn't literally this whole conversation. I've been like, yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, nope, no recollection. Then she said the joke that I made, which is that you do it from the perspective of the animal, and you say that I need to have food, I need to be walked X number of days, whatever, and you're imagining that it's a person.
What are the usable job skills? What is your cat's usable job skills?
Hunting, prowling,
paper shredding.
Yes.
Can shred sensitive documents.
Yes. And some not so sensitive. All right, we'll move it along, guys. I'm so sorry. We get detracted really easily. We get off track.
It's okay. We've still got 20 minutes to kill. We could sit here and chat about this.
By the way, I should warn you guys, this is probably going to be an early ending episode of Alt+TAB. I'll just let you know right
let's
now.
Look at it. Let's check in with our Twitters and answer some questions from our Twitters.
Oh, okay, fine. I will go back to that story in just a moment. All right, what do we got from the tweets?
From my tweets, I have Addison, and they ask, what have you been doing with your new computer that was featured on Awesome Sauce News?
That's a really good question.
If I was home enough to use it, I would be able to answer that question. But I'm not,
where
unfortunately.
You?
I have downloaded some games. I've been researching things that I want to play. I definitely want to play BioShock Infinite. And so I've stopped playing the Auto Mechanics Simulator.
Oh, that's too bad.
I don't want to throw my new computer across the room.
It's that frustrating, isn't it?
A little bit, but I've seen people do really well with it, so I'm thinking about giving it a second chance. You know, maybe I need to go back in there, start a new profile, go through the first couple things, see if it works. The bugs will just work themselves out.
Okay.
Or just try a couple different things.
Honestly, you just like throw it off to the side. I bought that for you just because I thought it would be funny seeing you play that game. I figured you'd have no real interest in it.
Rachel would like to see me live stream playing horror games. Because as aggressive and angry as everyone makes me out to be, I am actually not even remotely desensitized to violence or gore. And so,
you are not desensitized, meaning that it affects you greatly.
It affects me greatly. I've not been desensitized to video game violence. And so when Joanne was doing the Dead Rising 3 Let's Play, I went over and sat with her for a little bit, having not really that much knowledge. I mean, I knew it was a zombie game and everything like that. And she had been playing it for a while, so she had gotten used to it. And I'm sitting there gasping and covering my eyes and twitching, and she's patting me on the knee going, there, Jenny, it's going to be okay.
So who would like to see Jenny play an extremely scary game in a dark room with just a spotlight on her?
Hey!
And oh, that's one person. So Chezz just beat you to the punch on that. Chezz, let me know what the stream says. I want to know what they think, because I did get a chance to play a quick game with Joanne, and by that I mean I sat next to her for about 10 seconds and scared the bejeebus out of her as soon as I had the opportunity. Which is pretty funny. It's the last 8 minutes of her video about that exact game.
Yeah, Dead Rising 3.
Overwhelming, do it.
Yeah.
Overwhelming, do it. All right, Jenny, you down for that?
All right, yeah.
Okay,
totally.
cool, excellent.
I don't know where we're gonna set this up at, but maybe.
I don't even care.
You don't even care.
It's gonna happen, and you're gonna be in your room by yourself, and we're gonna have mad cameras all around you. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. Maybe we can even do a like a little a GoPro on you or something on your forehead, like.
Good suggestion. No light, just night vision.
Just night vision.
Yeah. I don't think we have night vision on any of our cameras. Is the only problem.
Yeah, we do. The Vixias both have night vision.
Okay, never mind. Done and done. It's gonna happen.
Great.
It's gonna happen. Okay. Good suggestion. Who was that suggested that? Chezz taking away your idea, buddy. Whoever you are, you mystery man.
Yeah. Also, guys, tweet to me the games you would like me to play.
Yeah.
Do the legwork for me, so that I don't have to.
Yes.
The likelihood of me investing time in this will be based on how little the investment of my time is researching it.
Basically, why would you want to invest your time in something that's going to scare the hell out of you? You want to avoid this, so we want to push you in a direction that will keep you from avoiding it. So.
You know what? My problem is that I don't really think it's like, to me it's just kind of like, yeah, it'll scare me, but I'm not afraid of being scared.
Right.
So
I'm going to come in a fully black suit, night visioning my own eyes.
You will get stabbed.
And then I'm gonna army crawl all the way over to Jenny. I'm gonna grab her by ankle and pull her from underneath the desk. It's gonna be amazing. Get it all on camera.
I'm gonna drop through the ceiling.
Chezz said he's gonna rappel through the ceiling into the room with straight Silent Snake style. That's awesome. Solid Snake style. Sorry.
Okay.
Paul, go ahead.
I have not been following anything you guys have been saying for the past.
Oh my God, Paul's lost right now. He doesn't know why we're laughing, and
I was gonna say, Steve, you've been shifting closer and closer to Jenny this whole
and
time.
then I'm like trying to move away from
just keep leaning backwards.
Why?
Jenny, what's wrong? What's wrong, Jenny?
Stop!
Okay, all right. I'll scoot over a little bit. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna move us to our final story, Jenny.
Oh, our final story. Oh, geez.
And that is about Google expanding its underwater street view.
One of mine. I thought this was just hilarious. I didn't know that Google had underwater street view.
They have the car that drives everywhere. It's also submersible. It's
amazing.
She believes me. Yes, that was totally false. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that on live TV. But yes, they do have underwater ways of doing it, and it looks like it's actually this small little submarine like device that probably goes underneath the boat. Probably goes underneath the boat, right? I've not read this story, Jenny. Please inform us all what's happening.
I don't know either.
Oh, let's read it together then.
Okay.
Google today added a couple of new locations to its underwater street view imagery collection, including a number of spots around Monaco, Cancun, the Isla Mujeres, the island of the ladies, the women. Google unveiled underwater street view back in 2012, so that's what you missed. And it's been expanding it very slowly. The company has partnered up with the Caitlin Seaview Survey on this project and uses a number of special underwater cameras to capture panoramic views it uses for this project. By last summer, go ahead. Australian Great Barrier Reef. That's
the Great Barrier Reef.
That's
okay. Yeah. So I think this is really cool. That's why I snatched it up, because I hadn't heard about this before. But I think it's really awesome. I just don't know why it's on Street View. I mean, what do you do? Like, I want to see Great Barrier Reef. I want to go find Nemo. Can we go look at Nemo's house?
I think that like Street View, for instance, they have. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I'm not sure if you do either. But Doctor Who. Anybody familiar with that? Essentially, they have the TARDIS set up as a normal. It's a ship, okay? So you can Street View into a ship on a particular corner in Britain. I found that interesting. I guess it's because I'm a mini Whovian.
You're a mini Whovian.
I'm a mini Whovian.
I have people
suggesting games
who are suggesting racing games for me to play.
In the dark?
Well, no, but I mean, they're just suggesting some. No, ew.
Keep going.
Get back over there.
Go.
So they're suggesting me to play these racing games. Euro Truck Simulator 2 and Assetto Corsa are really fun racing games to play, except I am so bad at racing games.
It's actually a really frustrating thing for her too, because she's really good at real racing.
And I have no aptitude for the video game versions, and it makes me genuinely just like rage quit.
So now we've got games that provide emotional reactions that include fear and anger. So maybe we could do the racing car game.
I wouldn't last long, because like they had me do the Let's Play here for Need for Speed.
Yeah, how'd that go?
And it didn't. I don't really feel like it was a very good video as far as a Let's Play went, because usually you like to see like some of the more advanced gameplay and what that looks like, and somebody who has played the game could say, all right, so here's what to expect over the evolution of this gameplay. And I can't say that because I can't make it past the first little challenge.
Versatile area. You played a little bit of Forza 5 though, didn't you?
Very little.
What'd you think of that compared to it? Because that's the difference between a sim versus an arcade.
Yeah. Forza 5 is a simulator, and it was very challenging for me to operate it. I liked it when I got to use the Thrustmaster at home. The Thrustmaster.
No, they know what it is.
Good.
So the Thrustmaster wheel, you had a particular, the Ferrari wheel, if I'm not mistaken.
No, not the Ferrari wheel, the Gran Turismo 5 wheel.
Oh,
and
good,
I took that home with Gran Turismo 5 and played it at home. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Nice.
And I played in a car that I used to own.
Which
so
one was
I used a Lexus Alteza.
Okay, cool.
Or a Toyota, in Japan it's a Toyota Alteza. Over here it's the Lexus IS300. So I drove that, and honestly the connection, like they did a really good job. So the connection between the simulator in the game and the feedback in the wheel and stuff, I adjusted a little bit, but for the most part it felt like I was driving my Lexus.
Nice. So it actually felt very simmy. Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, but I still just, I'm not interested in doing it enough sitting still in my living room to continue to pursue it, because for me, part of what I love about motorsports is the adrenaline rush you get from being in real danger, and you are not in real
G-forces too, right?
Right, and you're just not in real danger in your living room.
No. Well, depending on who's there.
Yeah, that's true.
Any scary games though? Because I see Amnesia
scary games.
Might be one.
Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. What is that, Steve?
I think that's a good one. I think that's a good scary one.
Yeah.
The videos are like people screaming, running around. They're playing it. Yeah. So.
Also, Slender.
I haven't played Slender. I love that picture though.
Slender?
The game is Slender, right?
Yeah. Dead Space 3.
That'd be good. That would both be entertaining and scary, I think. I think Dead Space 1, since you guys got to remember, she's never really played any, so Dead Space 1 is a totally new game to her. That would work great. I think even Doom 3 would scare her, to be honest with you.
Doom 3? What?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay.
I know Rachel's a really good person to have for scary videos. She has her own channel, and I'm so sorry, Rachel, I forgot what it is right now. And if you're in the chat, please just like put your channel in there.
Rachel's channel has a
channel. She has a Twitch channel, and she does. It's called like Scaredy Rach or something. It's quite entertaining, actually. Yes, I have privileged information, Paul. So I should probably put this back on the big cam.
Yeah, put it back on the big cam.
Big boy pants on.
So our big product thing, we tend to, I realize with our show, we don't really talk about a lot of tech gadgets. And honestly, like for me, what I love about what we do is the gadgets, because I'm a gearhead, and so like for me, anything that's hands-on that I can touch, you know, products, I like that. I like tech specs. I like all of that stuff. So our big thing this week has been the Orus launch,
That's right.
which
Very
we did
funny
last
name.
night. Orus actually is based on Horus, the Egyptian god of kings.
Totally thought he was a god of something else.
He's a god of a lot of things. If you read Egyptian mythology, their gods are very difficult to follow and sort out. But basically, Horus was the god of kings. He was the god of haircuts.
I remember it's something else. I heard it last night when they were announcing it.
Yeah.
I did tell her, yeah, go ahead and look it up. Actually, I have a special request from Will Campbell. He wants you to say, simply fantastic yet such fail.
Oh my, okay. Simply fantastic yet such fail.
I don't know the reference. Oh.
I had
they're gonna
to
cry.
really think about it. I actually have a lot of years of, you know this, of speech and diction and vocal training, but I think that there are still some things I really have trouble saying, like brewery.
Oh, yes.
Like, I can't say brewery because it...
When you say it, I feel like I can't say it right. Brewery.
Josh from Fractal pointed out that no one can say that word without already sounding drunk.
Yeah, you can't sound sober and say brewery.
And rural is another
rural?
one I really have to think
rural.
of. Rural is a very difficult word for me to say.
Rural.
And I don't know if it's like a muscle or an inflection thing, but anyway, anything. So let me say that one again. What was it?
Okay.
Simple?
Yes, simply fantastic yet such fail. S and F.
Simply fantastic yet such fail.
Very good.
Simply fantastic yet such fail.
That was good, actually, and I totally had forgotten. I was trying to
No,
get S
fail.
and F words together.
So that's why S5. So
S5.
anything, if it ended in an S, ends in an S, starts with an F. So Steve's
S40.
fist.
Say parallel.
Yeah, say parallel.
Parallel.
Say rural juror.
Rural juror.
Rural juror.
Rural juror. This totally turned into a
Well, that
diction.
escalated quickly.
Yes, it did. For those who don't know, aside from the name, what's up with the Orus? I mean, I know it's an SLI 765.
Okay, yeah, running two 765M cards from NVIDIA in SLI configuration. You can shut one of them off, so you can take it out of SLI if you want to. And I think that part of that is maybe to save on heat.
Power.
And power, yeah, because it'll use up the battery life quite a bit faster.
Fantastic.
You're fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
sorry.
no,
We thought we
they
were being
didn't get-
interrupted. Sorry.
We were going to try to get one to have on the show today, but it didn't happen.
You can see how that worked out.
And mostly just because we didn't try
Yes.
when we came back from lunch.
There's a lot that happened today, but we won't get into that.
Anyway, but so that's what's going on with it. And basically, it has the benchmarks of like a middle-of-the-road gaming PC.
Right.
Like desktop
i7
gaming PC. It has
i7
the,
processor?
Yeah, it has the i7 mobile HQ processor.
Okay.
I don't remember which number right off the top of my head.
That's fine.
But
16 gigs of RAM.
16 gigs of RAM. It can come with 8 or 16. Has 2 expansion slots for up to 32.
Nice.
So you can.
Oh, that's right, because it's got 4 in this one. Yeah.
And the whole bottom panel comes off pretty easily to upgrade that. It's running 2 SSDs in RAID 0 and
Nice.
also a
128 gigs.
no, more. Two something.
256 each.
Yeah, 250.
So 512 Ray.
Oh no, it's running.
256 is the total
No.
size of the logical drive.
RAID 0 for 512 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the highest level. You can get a tier down that has the 128.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And then you can have either 750 or 1 terabyte standard mechanical hard drive
as a backup for more storage.
as a backup for more
Cool.
storage.
Very nice.
So that thing is quick.
Yeah.
Like it
Were you
fires
surprised?
things up. It loads stuff. It does.
How
and
fast did it
very
open
fast.
up Office for you?
I did not install Office
totally
on
kidding,
it.
I'm just-
He's trying to make me say bad words on the stream.
Yes, because she usually would cuss at me right after I lead her down the road. Lead her down for a little bit and she'd go, ha ha ha, Jen, you went down the wrong road. Anyway.
Anyway, I think we've got 7 minutes remaining. Let's check our Twitters one more time,
Yeah.
and then I think.
Do you guys have any questions for us? I mean,
do we have
now's the time
anything
to
from
tweet
the
them.
chat or anything on the Twitter that you could?
Yeah, you could ask us in chat something.
Sometimes we check the chat.
Oh, I've got another good one for you.
Okay.
Say this row of words.
Misfit Satisfy. I don't know what that is. Fumatos? Sfumatos. Disfavor. Oh, I love that word.
That was a good word.
That's
dude.
a fun one to say. Thank you, Mert.
Yeah, Mert.
Thank you, Mert. Disfavor.
Those are good.
And you know what one of my favorite words to say is vex, and
Why?
all of its forms. I just love that word.
Vex.
I'm vexed.
Vex.
I'm truly vexed.
I just think of like Harry Potter whenever you say that. I don't know.
Someone suggested
Vexes me.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah.
You need to say Docious
Doges.
Rufus.
Oh, Jesus, that's in reverse?
Paul can say that
Paul
word backwards.
does so many things, man. Paul does so many things.
Of course he can. Of course he
so
can say it
good at
backwards.
Perhaps, Paul, we should close with a word
I don't
from the Haunted Mansion.
No.
Come on, man.
No.
Come on, man.
Because we can't, then we won't be able to put it up.
dude-
'cause it's copywritten.
But it'll be on Twitter, and we can cut it on the YouTube side. That'll mean you guys get exclusive
Rural
content.
juror in the brewery. That was a mess. Rural juror. Okay. Any Twitter questions? Anything, guys? Otherwise, we're going
last
to
chance.
say goodbye for this Friday because we
Last
want to
chance.
go home and get our pajamas on. Our lives are too exciting.
Jenny wants to get her pajamas on.
Yes, I want to get my pajamas on. I want to get my House of Cards on. What?
Can you get Jenny to say, VTech just kicked in, yo?
VTech just kicked in, yo. You want to race
Wait.
for pinks? God, I know that whole movie, guys.
Just do it one more time, but
Yeah.
that way he can dub it out of the video. Go.
Oh, okay. VTech just kicked in, yo.
Make that into a ringtone, dude. Make $1 million. And you're welcome for reading your tweet, Mert. You're very welcome, sir.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome, guys. That's why we do this, so that we can participate with you.
I like to partake in the
Say
people's.
Rig of Renegades. My Cow Life wants me to say, I don't even know what that is.
I don't.
Rogue of Renegades?
No, rogue spelled different.
I know, but
Rouge. Rouge?
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 That's supposed to be rouge.
see, now you're all assuming
Let me
that
Google that.
you all assume that we're smarter than you, but that is not a good assumption to
You're
make.
also assuming you're spelling it correctly, which this may not be the case. But it's okay if it's not, just letting you know. I don't find it on the
Say
internet.
toy boat 10 times fast. Toy boat, 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 toy boat.
I was going to start rowing. Anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, they need a message to give Linus.
Oh,
A
they need a
message
message
to
to
give
give Linus?
All hates cats.
Please.
They already told him that.
I have literally
Please
lost
tell
all
Linus
creative.
Jenny says hello, because I'm pretty sure he still doesn't know who I am, and he doesn't follow me on Twitter, and he doesn't interact with me
I don't think
ever.
he follows really
at
anybody on
anything.
Twitter except for
If
Paul and
Linus
Kyle.
does not follow Jenny on Twitter by the end of the Linus live stream,
Paul, come here and tell them that.
Yeah.
no, you get.
We can't say that.
Paul,
You say that.
Paul is making empty threats, but he started with, tell them that if Linus doesn't follow Jenny on Twitter by the end of his live stream, and then he stopped. I don't know what the repercussions are going to be. It's scary. It's a little terrifying.
Paul.
It's uncertainty. We don't know.
Paul, come here and do the Haunted Mansion.
We want Paul to
serious,
come over
please?
here and do it.
No.
Okay, do you guys know this? This is a really cool
S65.
fact about Paul. He basically can
I'm never
repeat
doing
word for
anything
word.
in front of you ever.
You're amazing for doing
I've
it though.
never-
But you're
This
so
is an amazing
good at it.
talent.
I wasn't even doing the voice. I was just saying it.
You don't have to do the voice. Just word for word.
No,
Just
but if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do the voice. I'm gonna
Okay.
do it all out,
To
but I'm not gonna do it.
You guys want to see Paul do this. Trust me on this. Do you want to see Paul do this? He's going to repeat off what you hear. The Haunted Mansion.
Not gonna happen right now.
All right, at one point or another, catch Paul and make him do it on camera. It's going to be worth it, I'm telling you.
All right, Steve.
Yes, I'm sorry. We're off task. Jenny, do you want to add anything else to this amazingly
I just want to say thank you,
lost stream?
everybody, for showing up today. It's a rainy day here in California, and we mean that with happiness in our voices because we need it so desperately here.
It's true.
But it is causing us to be a little bit sleepy because we're not used to that.
Have some candy.
So we need to eat more candy, but we do appreciate everybody who showed up today, and thank you for also continuing to watch all of our regular scheduled programming. So that's Yoked on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Q and Egg on Wednesdays, our Alt+TAB show on Fridays, and our product videos. We appreciate all of your feedback, and if you have any questions or would like to give us some direct feedback, you can always write into qandegg@gmail.com, and I read them and occasionally respond. I'm sorry if my responses are short and snarky, but I'm doing it at home in my free time.
Not always snarky.
They're not always snarky.
You might think they're snarky.
I always end it with a smiley face so you know that I'm kidding, or...
God, I hate you guys. Smiley
I do.
Or a little wink at the end. That's very nice.
Little wink at the end. Yeah.
Yes, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I also want to thank the rest of the team that's also helping us. We have Paul here, as well as Mike Chezna. We also have the woman behind the madness, that is Rachel, and the rest of our team, which will remain unnamed. Jenny, of course, and myself, Steve. We want to thank you guys again, and have yourself a wonderful Friday. Take care, everybody.